take a phone fast. I highly recommend this because I did this. In hindsight, I realized how much I benefited from those 30 some odd days away from my phone, how much I gained from it that still sticks with me today. An analogy that might help here is imagine a different addiction. Imagine that you were addicted to food, right? Say that was your thing, that you your besetting sin was gluttony. You were just eating too much and you recognize, Lord, I have an idolatrous relationship with food. How would you tackle that? Well, I would hope that your answer wouldn't be, I'm never going to eat again. Food's bad. Food itself is bad and it's wrong for me to eat, and so I'll never eat again because I had a bad relationship with food. That's going to get you killed. Well, that's not going to last very long. You're either going to give up and eat or you're going to die of starvation, right? My point is, when something that is not sinful in and of itself becomes sinful by being an idol in your life, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to get rid of that thing completely, but you might benefit from a temporary break from it. And so I think there might even be some wisdom for somebody who was in the situation where they had an inappropriate relationship with food, where they're eating too much, right? I know there's other idolatrous relationships with food, anorexia, we call it, or things like that. But it's purely someone who is eating too much. They might take a fast or do a very restricted diet initially, not for health reasons initially, but to to be able to step away from something that had been this normal idolatrous relationship. And I found for myself that there were benefits when I switched to a dumb phone. I started to realize my own addiction to the phone much more clearly. I had the distance from it to appreciate the problems with it. So here's a couple benefits from a phone break, the ones that I experienced at least. It helps untrain you from the impulsive urge to check your phone all the time. If you don't have your phone with you, or if you leave it in another room during the day or whatever, you go to check it, like it's like almost like an itch. You're like, oh, I got to see what's happening, and you don't have it. You start to recognize that, and it just goes away. After a few days, I stopped checking it again because there was nothing to check. It also made me more intentional with my entertainment choices. We're going to talk more about that in a moment, but taking a break from your phone helps you think a little bit more clearly about, wait, what am I entertaining myself with? Why does it always have to be my phone? Another thing is it'll give you clarity on the importance of being present with family and friends when you have a break from your phone. Like, well, I'll say, I use my phone too much, I want to be more present. Well, I'll say that, but when you actually experience the difference, then you start to be like, yeah, it's a good reminder. This is really important. Maybe I do want to change long-term how I deal with my phone. And the last one I would say is it gives you a sense of objectivity about just how gross phone addiction looks. And what I mean is, when you stop using your phone all the time, you immediately start noticing how much everyone else uses it. And it's kind of funny because at least to me, you initially just start silent judging everybody. You're like, wow, everyone's on their phone a lot. I'm here in the doctor's office just trying to look around. You sounded like somebody complaining about the good old days or something. And you say, well, why is everyone on their phone so much? And then you realize, oh, wait, that was me up until 5 minutes ago. But, hopefully you're not judging everybody, but the objectivity is helpful there. You start to see that everybody is in this sea of distraction. And you're like, wait, that's me too. I need to change this relationship. I don't want to look like that. And so it gives you objectivity. So if you decide to take a phone break, and I recommend it, if you have an issue with your phone, take a phone break. Take it slow at first, okay? Take it slow at first. I would say try going to the grocery store without your phone. Or try just part of the day where you leave the phone in another room. Start there. Build your way up. And then eventually get to a point where you say, okay, my family, we're taking a vacation. We're going to take a week-long vacation. I'm not even bringing my phone. I'm going to tell people, I'll put in backstops so I can get an email if I need to, things like that. But work your way up to taking a break. And I guarantee you're going to learn from the experience. You're going to enjoy your time eventually once once you come down from the withdrawals. But long-term, it'll help you have some objectivity about your phone relationship. And if taking a break from your phone sounds extreme, if you're hearing this, you're like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that. Listen, that's probably a good sign that a break from your phone is exactly what you need. If you start feeling anxious even thinking about it, it's probably a good sign that you really are addicted to your phone and you need to make some changes. One of the things you have to remember is that the Christian life is about self-denial. We do give things up, and it is hard and it's uncomfortable. And a lot of times we talk about things like this, about taking a break from your phone or not living your life exactly the same way as the world does because you have a higher calling. You're trying to be more deliberate with your life than a lot of people. And people say, no, that's weird. That's too much. That'd be uncomfortable. It is going to be uncomfortable because part of the Christian life is self-denial. In Luke 9:23, Jesus said, "If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me." The Christian life is about self-denial. There's no getting around that.